I mean, obviously, we're happy with the result. I felt in the first half we were around the goal and had some chances. We gave up a goal, a little bit on a counter and a little bit while Brad Evans was hurt. We were trying to get Brad Evans off the field. Wasn't being recognized. He went down, sat down on the corner kick, and they allowed them to play the corner. So then he had to get up, try to play, and we got caught a little bit, and we didn't handle that well. But very proud of the way we came back in the second half. Certainly the red card helped us in that regard, and allowed us to go into even a more offensive set in the second half. We went a lot more into a 3-5-2, pushed DeAndre high on that right side and pushed Mauro Rosales and later Martinez inside. Obviously you can't say, nothing but outstanding things about all three goals. I mean, those were some fantastic goals by DeAndre, by Jimmy Traore, and by Eddie Johnson.
How does it feel to make history?
Feels great. Feels great. We wanted to win. We felt we could win. We felt we could step up the pressure and do much better than we played down there. Very proud of what the guys accomplished, and to be the first is always a good thing.
What would you say to them after?
A lot of words that I can't repeat here. Wasn't too happy with how we played in the first half. Wasn't too happy in terms of some individual efforts, which we sort of identified at halftime very directly. But we also said, this is how we're going to play in the second half. This is what I need. And I thought you saw, definitely Steve Zakawani step up in the second half. I think DeAndre obviously stepped up, and we said, we said 3 goals is very possible. 3 goals is not impossible for us in the second half. We can score 3 goals. Let's go do it.
When did you really feel the momentum? There was obviously a momentum shift. What point did that started?
Obviously DeAndre's goal was reasonably early in the half. So, I forget the exact minute, but 54. So I knew it was about 10 minutes in. And, so that, I think, helped turn it for us. And then obviously Jimmy's goal was such a fantastic goal that's the type of goal that gives a shot of adrenaline to everybody on the field. And, so then we were able to maintain pressure. We came close a couple of times. Sammy blocked maybe a second goal by DeAndre. But we were able to keep the pressure up.
Sigi, in a situation like that, are you telling guys to go ahead and take those shots from 30 yards out because of the situation?
Yeah, we said at halftime, we said it's not necessarily going to be a pretty goal. It might be a great goal. It might be a garbage goal. They all count the same. They all count one. But, you've got to, I used to have an assistant coach who coached with me at UCLA, and he said you got to dare to be brilliant. You can't be brilliant if you don't try it. And, so DeAndre hitting that ball, Jimmy hitting that ball, it's taking a chance, but you end up, that's how you score great goals.
Coach, DJ did a lot of damage wide in the second half. Was that by design, or what was your intent?
No, he pushed out wide and got some space there. It was really because they ended up, as the momentum started to shift, they ended up going more and more to 3 in the back instead of 4. So now when you do that, then those spaces open up. So he was finding the gaps in between the center back and the outside back, and sometimes getting wide around the outside back because their outside backs were pushing high. So then the guy was in central. So it might have looked like he was in wide spaces, but he was really running inside out and was getting behind, and that's where his goal came from as well.
Obviously, a lot to be happy about, but how much time do you end up talking about that first half and just not coming out flat?
Well, for us, it's still early in the season. We're still trying to find our consistency as a team and our cohesion as a team, and we're always playing, a little bit of a different group. Mauro took a bad hit in the back. That's why he had to come out. He felt he could have gone a little bit longer, but I felt, it was just going to put him, out for maybe a really long time if I kept pushing him. But, so, yeah, we weren't as happy about the first half as we wanted to be, although we still created far more chances than they did in the first half. And, it's just something as we get more cohesion and understand what guys can do in certain positions, it makes it easier for us. It'll get better.
What sort of is your thinking going to be as you're watching the other quarterfinal tomorrow?
I learned a long time ago, I don't care who we play. It's not like I prefer Houston to win or Santos Laguna. We got a score to settle with Santos if Santos is the representative, and you know, and if it's Houston, you know, then that's the team we got to get past. You know, it means there's an American team that gets into the final. So either way is okay with me.
A lot was made of the Tigres team that they sent, but what did you kind of make of how they looked, at least before the record?
I mean, they're a good team. I mean, they got quality players and they got good depth. You know, when you can leave a guy, you know, on the bench for, you know, like Gurach for and not start him, who's a very talented young player, you know, that means you got depth and you got confidence in your other players. You know, and Polito's a good player. And like I said, we sent the reserve team to Monterrey a couple of years ago, and we won in the group stage, 1-0. And, you know, again, their coach, he's going to make his decisions, making his decisions on their season and what they're trying to achieve and their goals. And he sent up the team that he felt could get him the result. And, you know, for us, you know, I mean, certainly, you know, we have to take advantage of it if that opportunity is presented to us. But on the same token, you know, we're not going to, you know, try and figure out why he did what he did.
How was Brad? Do you know?
A little bit. It's a calf strain, so we don't know how bad.
You guys have had success with this in the past, but how do you transition from this into Portland Saturday?
Well, it feels a lot better to transition into it coming off this win, so it'll make it a little bit easier for everybody tomorrow. You know, I mean, Portland's a big game. They'll get up for it, and we just got to see where we're at with our injuries and who steps on the field.
Did you like the moving thing, having Morrow back at midfield and putting Sammy in front?
Well, you know, we felt we needed in this game, we needed to go with 2 strikers. We needed to get Eddie some help up front, and so that's why we went that way. And we felt that Morrow, you know, it was tough for him in there. He was getting beat up a little bit. So when we decided to go that way, we decided to push him back out on the flank. But really, when DeAndre plays, we know that DeAndre can get up and down and can get forward on the right. So it allows that player on the right, in this case Morrow, you know, and later was Mario Martinez, to come inside, you know, and they can open up that space for DeAndre because he can sort of cover that space as well.
Coach, how do you avoid letdown after having a big win going into Saturday's game?
I mean, it's always a thing. I mean, you know, that's the thing that Coach Wooden always said. You know, if you're up for one game, then there's a good possibility you'll be down for one. But you know, again, it's a matter of us looking at ourselves, our character coming out. You know, you can talk about it all you want, but it's just a matter of the team setting it in their mind that it's time to work again. You know, and after Saturday's game, then they have a week before they play again. So we'll make sure that they get a little bit of rest. But you know, right now the bigger concern is obviously we're pretty beat up a little bit, so we got to see who's healthy. We also have a reserve game, so we got to see if we have enough bodies for the reserve game.
Me preguntaron si podría hacer un anuncio y pensé que era porque yo juego para los Seattle Sounders. No puedo porque mi inglés no es muy bueno. That's true. Entonces me dijeron que el anuncio era de padres, niños y familias. Eso es muy importante para mí y le dije que yo hago lo que puedo hacer. No importa cuál idioma tú hablas, hay un idioma universal que nuestros niños comprenden y necesitan. Y es el amor y el cariño de los padres. Be a good parent and stay involved in your child's life.